Hey all you lore creepers out there. Welcome back to Tales of Spidey Nick. Today we are here playing Ocarina of Time 3D. I wanted to play the 3DS version specifically because I have a capture card, but also the N64 version is kinda ugly. The N64 controller is pretty comfortable for me, but I don't like the thumbstick specifically, whereas the 3DS circle pad is really good for aiming and also has gyro. So I'm a big fan of this version of the game specifically, and I think the same thing about Majora's Mask 3D. Don't sacrifice me, please, I promise. I've played the N64 versions of both and they're great. I just think that this is the better version of these games. Co-developed by Grezzo, they're just a subsidiary, I think is what you would call them, of Nintendo. Basically, they're the ones who made this remake. They made the Majora's Mask 3D remake, and they also made the Link's Awakening remake on the Switch. So, good versions in my personal opinion. We're going to skip that. I just want to show the opening. But let's just jump right into the game. We are going to be named Link because it feels right. And there we go. Start. In the vast, deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Not the hand. Navi, wherefore art thou? Come hither. Bring me my caramel macchiato, frappe. Extra cream, no whip. Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it, the climate of evil descending upon this realm? They like tea! Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. The world of coffee. But before this tremendous evil, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny is to lead Hyrule down the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now, find our young friend and guide him to me. Bring me the coffee, I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly, the fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee. Bring me the Barista of Time. There's Mido. I bet he's a tea drinker. Yeah. I don't know any of the other kids' names. I just know Mido because he's a jerk. Well, I guess I know Saria, but of course. Ugh. Watch her flying, Navi. Hey, Link, wake up. The Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Bring him a coffee. Get up. You're the barista, Link. Hey, come on. Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? Get some coffee in you. You finally woke up. I'm Navi the Fairy. The Great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. We need to get you some, caffeine. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you. Let's get going, right now. Okay. So, we are playing as Young Link. This is our little house. If you press A, Navi will actually join you on your quest or go back inside your brain, which I feel bad for Link, but better for us if that's the case. I'm just kidding. I don't hate Navi. A lot of people hate Navi a lot, and I'm kind of indifferent about it. It's Saria. I bet she's a barista. Yahoo, Link! And we're just gonna jump down because we're cool like that. Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. Make sure you bring him his caramel macchiato, otherwise he's gonna be mad. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Deku Tree. Let's go! This is Kokiri Forest. It is a very nice place. One of my more favorite locations in the game, honestly, just because I like the aesthetic and I like all the little baubles floating around. I just think it's really fun. So, I don't want to explore too much because I kind of already know what we have to do, but I want to go talk to the jerk Mido over here first. Yes, Navi. If you tap on the touchscreen, the top left, then Navi will talk to you, but I don't need to. Hey you, Mr. No Fairy, what's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You've got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mido? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and a shield ready? What? You're right. I don't have equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and a shield. Sheesh! Alright, Mido. So, as we explore Kokiri Forest, we jump over these, you get some rupees, which we need rupees to buy ourselves a shield, so I believe it's 30 in this version of the game. I think it's 40 in the original. I could be wrong on those numbers, but I know they, like, decreased it a little bit, and some people were like, oh, they made it easier. It's like, well, they just didn't think it was necessary. Jump over these fences if you backflip. What you got? Hey, let's work on some moves. To jump sideways while targeting, press A as you move left or right. To do backflip while targeting, press A as you move backwards. I already did that. Twice now, actually. You do a roll attack while L targeting, press A as you move forward. While you roll, you can avoid damage. If you have your sword ready while L targeting, you can do jump attack pressing A. And that does double damage. You can use L targeting on the stone next to me, so let's practice. So, just what he's saying. You can roll towards, you can backflip, you can sidestep. Cool stuff. But if you notice, there's a little hole here that you can crawl through. And if you look at the map on the top screen as well, you can see the little, like, maze-esque area down here. There's a giant rolling rock here, but over here is a giant chest. It's the Kokiri Sword! So, the game is going to teach us how to equip it. You just hit the gear button down there and then tap on it. And then you actually have it on your back. Press B to get it out and swing it. Now, if you're holding forward, you can do a vertical slice like that. If you're not moving, you can do a horizontal slash. Not really any reason to do those, because it's just kind of an attack, but, you know. It's fine either way. But now that we have the sword, getting money is going to be a lot easier. Because now we can just cut all the grass that we see as well. And hopefully get rupees out of them. And you can read signs. Cut the grass with your sword. If you swing with B, you'll cut horizontally. Yeah. Oh, if you also just do that, then you swing vertically. Okay. I think if you, like... Oh, I was trying to read it, but... I want to say there's, like, a way to read the sign... when it's cut in half. No, I guess not. I was thinking it was like when you cut it in half, then you could only read half the sign, but I guess not. I'm misremembering, I guess. Oh, a fairy finally came to you. Now you have a lot to learn. Best place to go learn some new skills is the Forest Training Center. It's on the hill just over there. We're not going to do that because I don't want to. Now, if we go into this house here, there's actually 4 treasures. I've played some randomizers, so... Got 1 rupee. A recovery heart. Okay. Blue rupee, that's 5. And another blue pea. That's another 5. So now we're at 39, which should be enough to get the shield. And we can throw rocks, and sometimes rupees will pop out of those. You can get rupees by just running through grass sometimes. If we do this again, we can get another 5, because we went through a load zone. Hey Link, look this way. Look over here with L and talk to me with A. Yes, that's how you use a fairy. It's so great that you have a fairy partner. I'll teach you how to talk to people using your fairy. When a fairy flies near a person or a thing, press L to look in that direction. If you use L targeting, you can talk to people from a distance like we're doing now. When you have nothing that you can target, you can press L to just look forward. Try it. Yeah, no, we already did. We're good. You gotta remember, this was one of the very first 3D games because it was on the N64. The first Zelda game, so they're trying to teach people. Okay, this one actually is 40. I don't know what I was thinking then. I'm glad I have 40. Deku Shield, same thing. No, there's nothing else to buy. But if you go into the gear, tap it, boom, done. So now, Mido is going to be very jealous that we're all decked out and he's not. Welcome to the Great Deku Tree. How tough are ya? What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield. And what's that? The Kokiri Sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the Great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how'd you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree, huh? Grumble, grumble. That's right! That's right! That's right! Yeah! Alright. Moving on. The Barista of Time is here, Deku Tree. And these guys appeared literally out of nowhere, but they drop Deku Sticks, which are very, very good things to have, and we want to get a lot, because they're very, very important. They deal more damage than the Kokiri Sword, which is awesome. Great Deku Tree, I'm back. I brought the Barista. Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Great Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. It's the damn tea, Link! As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need thee to break the curse with my wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? Will you get me the coffee? Yes. Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi speaks, use the button to listen well to her words of wisdom. Do not drink the tea. No matter how tempting it is, nothing herbal, even when your throat hurts. Alright. Moving on. We are now inside the Great Deku Tree. Bro's got some cobwebs up there. I wish we could clean them out for him, but unfortunately, the only thing we can do is just destroy a couple Deku Babas and get the Deku Nuts. These are very helpful items as well. They basically work like flashbangs. So if you go into the items, I'm going to put those on like the touchpad buttons, and then I'm going to put the sticks on Y. So that way we can just press Y and use the stick, because it's just a secondary attack for me. So now if you block enough, I think, maybe you have to like flashbang it. Yeah, there we go. If you flashbang it, then you can get more sticks. Sometimes they give you very specific items. I I don't really know how the Deku Babas work very well, but it's fine. Look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. Climb it I shall. So if you see these vines and you can climb up those, I'm sure basically everybody in the world who's played a video game has played Ocarina of Time. So I don't really need to explain much, but just in case this is someone's first time seeing this game somehow, I highly recommend you play it, but if this is the only way that you can experience the game, then that's fine. Keep on watching. I'll be here playing through the entire thing. You found the dungeon map. Tap the map button on the lower screen to look at the detailed map. Blue chambers are places you've already visited. Your current location is the flashing room. Tap floor numbers to select a floor to view. So on the touchscreen, you can see that one like circle room at the top right is flashing. That means that we're there. That's where we are. So you can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to what the action icon says in the A button icon on the upper screen. Yes, it is as she says. Here we have a Deku Scrub, and we just want to reflect back at him and then catch him. Ow, 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 forgive me, Master. If I give you a tip, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee you it'll work, though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you're feeling bold. Wah! Okay. I love how Link spins in a circle. It's so funny. This game has so much charm without even trying. Alright, so here, I want to avoid that, just because it's faster if you do. And also, randomizers, because you don't want to jump on that, because what if this isn't the slingshot, you know? Oh, spoilers. Here we have a recovery heart. Yay! This is far more important here. It's the slingshot that I spoiled, the fairy slingshot specifically. So we need Deku seeds in order to use this, which I believe it comes maxed out, yeah. So I'm going to put that on X, and if you see that ladder, you can smack it with the slingshot, and here we go. But I'm just going to jump across here, because it's faster. So, rolling is technically slightly faster in the game. I'm not gonna be doing it the entire time though, because Link yelling gets kind of old after a while. But anyways, you just want to kill the Skulltulas. I had to really think about that. And because when you're moving, they will chase after you. Now there are giant Skulltulas here as well. I actually want to avoid that for now though and go in here. In this room, there's actually a golden Skulltula. And we will be collecting all 100 of those in the game. Because the whole point of the channel is 100% in games. So, I want to show everything these games have to offer. Now, if you use the Deku Stick, it can light fires, and then light that one, and it opens the door as well. And now I'm going to go back over here because screw this Skulltula. He's annoying. I don't like him. There. Alright, here's the golden Skulltula. Smack him. Grab it. That's 1 out of 100. And if you jump attack these guys, jump attacks deal double damage like that one kid told us before. We get that recovery heart because I actually kind of need it. And these are the Deku Seeds, so that's our ammo for the Fairy Slingshot. It's perfect. Now there's one more chest in this room. Step on the button one last time, jump across. Now if you... I want to say rolling off ledges and auto-jumping gets you farther, but it might just be placebo. I don't know. But either way, we have the compass. So this shows us where all of the items and treasures are in every dungeon, or in the dungeons that we're in currently. So you see that on the mini-map there's no treasures, which means we just have them all for this area. So over here, I'm gonna wait for him to turn around. Show me the back, there we go. And we can jump off, and it will break through this. And now you can see on the right side of this room there is a treasure chest. Destroy this guy. Perfect. And there is another golden sculpture here. So we want to climb up the vine here and grab that. Perfect. Now, there's one more sculpture that we can get in this area specifically, and it's right there. But we will have to come back to the dungeon to get more sculptures later. So knock him out, jump across, boom, easy. So that's all 3 golden sculptures that we can get currently in this dungeon. And if we open this, we get yet another recovery heart. They really just want people to not die. Makes sense, but... Alright, over here we can burn some spider webs. And sticks will eventually burn out, so you want to make sure that you swing your sword to get them back. And I'm going to chase the Deku Scrub. Perfect. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punch them on the proper order. The order is 2-3-1. 23 is number 1. I still say this to this day. I literally said it the other day to one of my coworkers, and he laughed because he knew exactly what I was saying, and it was hilarious. Do you think I'm a traitor? Yes, but thank you. And we want to shoot the eyeball here to open up that door. And I believe these should give us more rupees. Not... Okay, there we go. I was like, I guess rupees are fine, but it's not what I was looking for. After you get in the water, if you hold A, you can dive. If you hold down L while underwater, you can change view. I bet there's some interesting things down there. So basically what she's telling us is that we have to hit this button. So if you hold L, you can look down, and also he strafes, but yeah, it just helps you line up yourself well, or better, but also you can just look at the shadow, and it's fine. But if you lower the water, then you can get underneath the spike trap there that they set up. Now, this puzzle always stumped me in Ocarina of Time Master Quest the first time I played it, which this version of the game actually does have. Once you beat Ocarina of Time, then you can play through Master Quest, and it's basically just a harder version of Ocarina of Time with like different dungeon puzzles and stuff, and the world is flipped. But that puzzle in Ocarina of Time Master Quest threw me off. You have to hold R to duck down as well. And it threw me off so much as a kid. But anyway, stand next to the block and grab hold of it with A. While holding A, you can push or pull it. If you stay next to the block and press A while pressing the stick towards the block, you can climb up on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says. Yeah. You've already told me this. I don't know why you're telling me this again. And that clicking is just like the timer on the puzzle, basically. There we climb up and climb up. Go through the door. Not roll through the door. Go through. Get some more Deku seeds here. And another stick. Perfect. Which you need to open up the store anyway. So they're just trying to get you set up for it. Oh. I did that wrong. Yay, there we go. And you dropped a heart. Just what I wanted. You can only hold 10 Deku sticks right now. There is a way to increase that later on. But... oh, what do we have here? It's a Goma larva. Look out when it gets ready to pounce. So... remember the name Goma. Because that is something we are about to actually fight. Those guys, they actually drop from the ceiling. If you look up before they drop, you can actually see like little eggs almost up there. Now, one last thing I want to show is over here. We can actually burn this web, but we can't get through that stone wall. So there is a Skulltula through there, and I believe there's a Skulltula up top here as well, maybe? I could be wrong on that, but there's 2 more Skulltulas in this dungeon, basically, that we just can't get yet, so... oh, I actually am doing this wrong. I need to... yeah, I'm messing up my buttons, too. I need to go burn this spider web. Perfect. Crawl on through. And we're back in the main room here. We are full up on these, so I just want to get more sticks if I can. Or not. There we go. Now we're full up on everything. Perfect. Alright, and if you see these torches, they're actually too high for us to reach, so what we have to do is push this block down. Very, very slowly. Push this block down. There we go. And then we want to go over to this torch, and then we can jump up here. And you want to swing it with the stick. And there we go. Follow on through. There's some hearts down here in the water if you need them. Now remember what the other Deku Scrub said. 23 is number 1. So, 2. You have to be far enough back, otherwise they won't shoot at you. 3. And 1. And then chase this guy. How'd you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. These guys are all traitors. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. Worst children ever. Anyways, let's continue on. This room is spooky. Door closes behind us. Hear that rustling. If you look up, boom. There she is. It's Queen Goma. Parasitic armored arachnid. No, you want to do that, and then and you want to jump attack with the stick, because sticks actually deal twice as much damage as the regular sword. So you want to so yeah, you want to use the stick on bosses specifically because it's very, very powerful. And if you jump attack, then that's actually quad damage, technically. Okay, I guess I'll just use regular sword now. That's fine. No? Okay. And Navi does give you hints as to how to fight bosses. I'm not going to use that because it's not necessary, because I've beaten this game multiple times, but there we go. Goma is done. So whenever you beat a boss, you get a heart container, which increases your maximum life by 1. And then that portal will take us outside the Deku Tree, which we will do in the next video. Thanks everyone for watching, I appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video.